Yesterday, the Bihar government was in an embarrassed spot and in a desperate damage control mode. They were suggesting that the pictures that came from Hajipur were a one-off, that this is not in the least bit an epidemic and that this happened at one examination center. But headlines today's cameras have caught rampant, organized mass cheating at 4 centers, despite what the Bihar government said, raising the larger question: is this virtually a small cottage industry that sustains these cheaters? Cops caught on camera in the story that you're about to see just now, helping the cheaters, helping the students cheat in the exams. Take a look at this report. My colleague Rohit Singh files for us from Patna tonight.
They put their lives at stake, scaling the walls of a 4-story school building, just so that their children could get a few more marks. These pictures revealing the rot in Bihar's education system continued to pour in on the second day of state board exam, even as a shocked nation watched in disbelief. Exams in 4 centers were cancelled after the images from Hajipur, Nevada, Chhapra and Saharsa went viral.
लेकिन मीडिया के माध्यम से या जिला पदाधिकारियों के माध्यम से हमें ये सूचनाएं मिली हैं, कुछ सेंटर्स में कदाचार हुआ है और इन सेंटर्स की हमने पहचान की है। 4 सेंटर्स को हमने चिन्हित किया है जहां पे कदाचार हुआ है। वैसे 4 सेंटर में परीक्षाएं रद्द कर दी गई हैं।
While the ugly scenes exposed everything that is wrong with education in Bihar, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar remains in denial.
कार्रवाई सख्त होनी चाहिए और इसका साफ संदेश होना चाहिए और अर्थ होना चाहिए कि इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा। हमने आज व्यक्तिगत रूप से इस चीज को गंभीरतापूर्वक लिया है।
इस बात को मैं इनकार नहीं करूंगा कि कतिपय स्थानों पर कदाचार की शिकायतें, कदाचार के दृष्टांत देखने को मिल रहे हैं।
As the mass cheating made a mockery of Nitish's good governance plank, the Patna High Court stepped in, issuing a tough warning to state police and expelling 600 students.
डीजीपी को निर्देश दिया गया कि हर सेंटर में पर्याप्त फोर्स लगाई जाए ताकि ये चोरी रुके जो हो रही है अभी मैट्रिक के एग्जाम में। दूसरी बात, जहां पॉसिबल हो सके वहां कैमरा का यूज किया जाए।
I know it is quite shameful. It shouldn't have happened. It couldn't have happened. But for the participation or encouragement from some of our people, family members, and of course more than that, the government and the Ministry of Education. I certainly don't encourage, I don't appreciate, I rather condemn it.
As an entire generation loses out in life's most important race, Bihar government can't just sit back. A ruthless crackdown on mass cheating and sprucing up the quality of education may be the crying need of the hour. With Sujit Jha in Patna, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
The entire nation was shocked by the images from Hajipur yesterday, but it clearly isn't a one-off. Images from Chhapra, Saharsa, Nevada coming out today, making it clear that cheating is an epidemic in Bihar. Is this the good governance Nitish Kumar promised? Joining us on this broadcast, representing the Janata Dal United, Ajay Alok, also well-known academic, Madhu Kishwa. I want to go across to Ajay Alok first, because yesterday when the first set of images came down, the Nitish Kumar government was embarrassed. And you said that you would remedy the problem. 3 sets of images from Chhapra, from Saharsa, from Nevada, all of them showing cheating taking place on a large scale in Bihar. Is this the good governance Nitish Kumar promised, Ajay?
See, Rahul, it's not a matter of good governance, what you're talking about right now. Now, Bihar consists of 38 districts, and we also got report day before yesterday that there are reports, the district you named. Other than that, there was another district called Ara. There also the reports came. Now see what happens, it's a large scale perspective. If you see, this is a normal board exams. Normally what state government does, that in every center they deploy 2 or 3 home guards or 3 or 4 home guards, that's all it takes. And normally the exam passes off peacefully. But what is the most important point? Number one, it was being highlighted as if the whole Bihar is undergoing cheating. No, that is not true. Because most of the Bihar people, they are intelligent lot, and we have proven our worth in the fields of IAS, IPS, doctors, engineers, whatever you say. So everybody comes through cheating. That's not true, number one. What the image is being portrayed. Number two,
yes, of policemen from the Bihar police standing and actually helping the students cheat. They take those, they take those wads of note, they pocket that money, and then they help the students cheat. This is coming from the Bihar police, Ajay.
I'm telling you, I was getting into that. I was getting to that. Now see, first of all, always remember this, that this is a normal board exam. There's not a polling going on that you have to employ at least 10 or 15 policemen, armed policemen in every centers, number one. Number two, what shocked us as a political party and as being a part of the government, what shocked us, that every candidate was aided and abetted by their own parents, their guardians, and for every student there were 4 or 5 people who were aiding and abetting the cheating. Now here where the society is turning. I mean, the education starts from your house, Rahul. It's the first day of parents, your grandparents, your house, then it comes to society, then comes the role of the government.
Look at those pictures. Look at the pictures on our screen right now. There is a policeman who is accepting cash, and you're blaming society. What about the Bihar police, Ajay?
Bihar police, I'll tell you why they're accepting. I just said 4 or 5 of home guards manning one center. Now this every examinee has 4 or 5 attendants who are aiding and abetting this cheating. What they do, they go and pressurize the police fellas, accept money. If they don't accept money, he's beaten. Now this is the kind of a thing which is happening, and we came the reports. But then also we have instructed the DM yesterday, the moment it came to our notice, we have instructed all the DMs.
I don't buy in the least any of what you're saying, and I want to bring in Madhu Kishwa, because the Janata Dal United government, and we heard the same from the education minister, is blaming society as a whole. That education starts from the home. There are 4 or 5 people coming and helping every student. Ajay, you've spoken enough. You've spoken enough, Ajay. Give me a moment. Let me bring Madhu Kishwar in. Sure. The Nitish government blaming society for its failure to curb cheating. Do you in the least accept that, Madhu Kishwar?
No, not at all, Rahul. What I would say is this is a symptom of the breakdown of the education system and the law and order system, both. Because when students cheat, when they haven't been taught properly, otherwise students don't need to cheat. This is a symptom of the fact that these students were not prepared, they haven't been taught properly, there's widespread teacher absenteeism which hasn't been controlled in Bihar. And I think what's the sad part of this story is that the worst performing states are those run by so-called socialist chief ministers. Socialist countries the world over, if there is one thing they did, they made sure that they invested heavily in and performed well in health and education sector. Tragically enough, socialist regimes in our country have been the worst performers in health, education and the social sector.
Absolutely.
The Human Development Index.
Ajay Alok, if you're not confident about 4 or 5 Bihar police personnel providing robust security, why don't you deploy more? If that's how pathetic your police force is, why don't you treat it like conducting an elections, putting out more people even from the armed police force and ensuring that the exams are conducted in a free and impartial fashion?
You are just talking about one aspect, and let me give a reply that worst rule states are from socialist. If that is the case, Nitish Kumar wouldn't have been given award by your channel, India Today Group, and the various other groups as the best performing state and the best performing chief minister.
Ajay Alok, answer my question, please. Don't go off on a tangent. Why is the security in Bihar not stronger?
Excuse me, sir, this is a board exam going on, it's not a polling going on. And any state you mention, any state of this country of India, if you go to any examination center, there are not more than 2 or 3. But here it was 5.
Yeah, but in other centers, in other states, such mass organized state cheating is not happening.
That will solve the problem.
Ajay, you're comparing with other states, but that cheating is not taking place in any other state, Ajay.
Rahul, relax. Just merely accusing the government doesn't solve the purpose. Do you justify that the parents are aiding and abetting their kids for cheating? Do you justify that? Or your panel
but Madhu Kishwar says that if they had been taught properly, they wouldn't have needed to cheat. Why don't you answer that question? Ajay Alok, why don't you answer that question? If they'd been taught properly, they wouldn't need to cheat.
I am telling they have been taught properly.
Then why are they cheating, Ajay Alok?
Since the time the kid is born, whose responsibility is that? What kind of sanskar?
How can you wash your hands off? This is a law and order problem. Your government is not being able to protect and prevent malpractices, and you're blaming society.
Problem, Mr. Rahul. Mr. Rahul Kamal, this is not a law and order issue, please. This is a social problem. A parent inciting his own kid for cheating.
Parents are involved in the cheating process. The JDU is saying this is not a law and order problem, it's a social problem. Let Madhu Kishwar respond.
Rahul, if schools are doing a decent job of teaching kids, no parent would want their children to pass by cheating, because that means they'll be unemployable anyway, even if they get a certificate.
So
and don't forget,
Nitish
Kumar's ally, 1 second. No, I'm not. I'm saying if there's a breakdown of the education system. Don't forget, Mulayam Singh Yadav used to openly state in public meetings, telling Yadav young men, we will allow you full-scale cheating, just get 10वीं pass certificate and we'll recruit you in police. He used to announce it from public meetings. This is the level of socialist politics
and you know,
in
Ajay
India.
Alok, what's the worst part? There are people in Delhi. Ajay, hear my question. There are people in Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru watching these images, and students from Bihar come to all these colleges, whether it's a St. Stephen's, whether it's an SRCC, they get admission, and students sitting in Delhi, Mumbai feel they study so hard, they don't get to cheat. And you've got these students coming in from the outside, and they feel that this reflects the larger malpractices in Bihar education.
Only these students who come from Bihar, they also achieve the good result. If you go and look at the results of UPSC, go and look at the results of AIMS, go and look at the results of IIT, go and look at the results of IIM. What are you talking about? You cannot question every Bihari student because of using of cheating.
Bihar.
Now you are talking of socialism. You are talking of socialist leader doing all these things. Mulayam Singh doing this and then this doing that. What about your BJP?
Madhu Kishwar, that's an important point. And there are several producers from Bihar in our newsroom. And they were quite aghast with the fact that the BJP and other academics seem to be suggesting that this reflects the larger problem of the education system itself in Bihar. They said if that was true, and that's what Ajay is speaking about as well, then so many students from Bihar would not have cracked IITs, IIMs, UPSC. Surely this cannot be taken to mean that everyone in Bihar is getting through because he's cheating.
Far from it. I'm saying Biharis are among the most hard-working students. And that's why they've spread out the world over, they've spread out all over India. But don't forget, those who have to appear in IAS will take private coaching. Those who have to appear for IIT will take private coaching. Private schools are still working well. It's the Sarkari schools that are in crisis. And there is hunger for education in Bihar. And Biharis actually invest a lot. Even the poor families in Bihar are investing a lot. And certainly you're right that they perform very well, which is why this is tragic. That government schools should be among the lowest performers instead of setting a benchmark.
You know what the BJP is saying, Ajay Alok? That now that you've joined hands with Lalu Yadav, now that you've joined hands with Lalu Yadav, Jungle Raj is back in Bihar. This is Jungle Raj.
I really laugh at them. They don't have any right to say. They always speak of double standards. Let me remind them what happened in Madhya Pradesh, sir. Your technical education minister, Mr. Jairam Sharma, had to go to jail. Vyapam Ghotala took place. MP professional exam, it's worth 15,000 crores. Your chief minister was named into it. Don't get politics into every little subject.
Absolutely.
This is a social stigma. This is the social stigma. BJP has no right to question.
No, this is not just a social stigma. This is also, whether you like it or not, a law and order problem. And I'm afraid Sushasan Babu, Nitish Kumar's claims to try and provide good governance to Bihar come under serious scrutiny and questions when such images appear. And this is not, obviously, if a parent feels that his child might do better, they might be tempted to indulge in cheating. That's when the fear of the law comes in. That's when you know that if you cheat and you are caught, you will be thrown out, you will be suspended, you will not be allowed to pass. That's the fear that is missing, and that is a big challenge for Nitish Kumar. Ajay Alok, there are more exams still to go. I hope your government is able to fix this. Our cameras will be keeping a very close eye on all the examination centers. This better not happen again. Thanks also to Madhu Kishwar for joining us on the Newsroom Showdown tonight.